Good afternoon, everyone. It's been a little bit. Um, what can I say? I've been watching what's been going on, and it's a little upsetting. You see my hummingbird right here flying around. Anyway, we made some homemade hummingbird feeder food, and just hot water and sugar, and then you let it cool off, and I have some red dye. At the stores, they said that hummingbird feeder food was out of season. And the hummingbirds are here. But just like other things, we're going to have to start doing stuff on our own. You can make it yourself. Um, as far as the world is going, what a mess. What an absolute mess. It's quite upsetting. Oh, no, don't go. Look at him. He's coming close. Anyway, it's quite upsetting to see what's going on. And I mean, you watch somebody like Kamala Harris speak on television, it sounds like she's talking casually at some casual gathering amongst friends. She sounds lost. She sounds like she doesn't care, which I don't think she really does care. And I think that's what comes across the most, is that she doesn't care. And her words are word salad, along with our leader. We all know that. It's quite upsetting to watch all this. And people refer to it like we're watching a movie or something. It's theater. I don't like that terminology. I understand why they use that terminology, but, this is theater or a play or a movie or something. This is something that affects our lives. So I don't like to just casually label it as theater. Theater is something that you do for fun and on the side. This is right in front of us. This is the main event. And the show is awful. It's not good. It's not a blockbuster. It won't win any awards except in depravity and evil. But it's serious. It's serious. One thing I think we all need to come to terms with is that whatever our world was prior to 2020, it's done. It's done. Things are going to change, and they're going to change, hopefully, eventually, towards the better. Hopefully. Our biggest enemy for us is time. Time is we don't have a lot of it, although we are trained from a very young age to think that we do, like we're going to live forever. We don't deal with death in a very healthy way. We don't celebrate the end of people's lives. We mourn and grieve and hang on to it like victims. We aren't trained to see eternity and forever. We aren't in touch with our spiritual selves. Most people think their only connection to God is to go and sit down in a church every Sunday, and this other human being is going to give them some sort of connection to God, when the Creator lives within you. So you have to trust and have faith, which is very, very difficult when all this is going on around you and you're witnessing this. Again, time is very difficult. I don't know how to quite say that our biggest enemy is time. And I think that's why It says in the Bible that the days will grow shorter because of the time. Now, many are saying that we're heading towards end times. I'm 52 years old and the world was supposed to end. I can't tell you how many times before now. Whether it be climate change, a natural disaster, signs and wonders and symbols and the Mayan calendar, how many different ways that the world was supposed to end prior to now. Many. But as it says, man will not know the time, nor the day, nor the hour. I don't really have a feeling that this is it. I really don't. But like everybody else is saying, I feel like we're going to head towards some really, really rough times. But there's going to be two different ways you can go, like the paths diverge in the poem of Robert Frost. And we're either going to go in the path that we rebuild and we rebuild better, or we're going to go in the path where everything falls apart and we ask for whatever's left in our government, or maybe some other government, to come in and control us because we're weak and we need guidance. One way or the other. I don't know. But I can tell you as a mother, and hopefully one day a grandmother, there are many women, I can tell you, and parents across this world that'll, if they'll fight for nothing else, they'll fight for their children and their grandchildren. So I don't think it's going to be that easy to go the wrong way. But we'll see. We'll see. But time is in our favor, but time can also be our enemy. Do know this, and this really helped me. And most people don't want to really talk about it at all. But there are thoughts that come into your head that kind of come in out of nowhere sometimes, they seem, or they can sneak in. And it's not really your normal thought processes, and it's negative. Sometimes it can be something just totally vile out of nowhere. Understand that we live in a spiritual world. And just like my son said when he had a near-death experience and he went to what he thought was heaven, and they communicated with him without talking, understand good can communicate with you without speaking, and bad can communicate with you without speaking. Some of those thoughts that come into your head are not yours. And you need to ask on behalf of Jesus to get rid of those thoughts, or your higher being, your creator. And for me, miraculously, they go away as soon as I ask. Do not beat yourself up of these thoughts. They're not yours. They're put in your head for you to think that they're yours, that something's wrong with you. Why am I thinking of something as god-awful as that? Why am I having these negative thoughts? I must be a bad person, or I must be this, or I must be that, or I'm just a negative person. No, they're not you. And you need to ban them from your mind, because they try and seep down into your soul. We are definitely in a battle. and we've been in a battle. And it's just becoming more obvious now, which makes it more nerve-wracking. You need to pray and have faith and hang on to you and your family and do what is best for you and help others along the way if you possibly can. We can make it through this, and we can come on another side that's even better. But we have to be willing to take the hits that are going to come and get back up and keep going, because the reward is wisdom, your soul is intact, and a future for your lineage and generations. And to be more worthy of where we all get to go one day and spend eternity in his arms. This place is a very lonely place, even though we're surrounded by people sometimes. We've got a lot of things to work on here. A lot of things to work on. It's not easy, nor is it simple. They've tried to lull us into an easy life and simplicity and just go here to get this and go there to get that. You know, just have enough to get by on whatever level you're living at. Sometimes barely enough to get by, sometimes not enough. But if things go the right way, things are going to change. Things are going to shift. This can't continue. Not like this. And it's kind of scary in a way to go forward and whatever, but staying where we were at with all the lies and living under the fog and deception that we've lived under for decades, the things that I knew were wrong, and I kept telling people when I could, and then they'd look at you like you're crazy. Like the school system, how messed up it is, how really bad it is. I think people get that now, when in the past they just thought I was the problem. No, I wasn't the problem. I wanted to really teach. I wanted to teach like you should teach children. But it's a messed up system, and I think people can see that now. All our trash has risen to the surface, and people don't like what they see. So some people want to bury their head up underneath the surface and not deal with it. But if you want to survive, you're going to have to deal with it. And the reason we're here, any of us are here, is because there were survivors along the way who made the right decisions to ensure that we are here still. Because there are many lineages that are gone, cut short. So make it to where you are worthy. That's what my whole thing is. Am I good enough? Am I smart enough? Am I a good soul enough? I hadn't have faith in your Creator, because we didn't get here by accident. And Joe Biden didn't put you here. Kamala Harris didn't put you here. Trump didn't put you here. None of those people have anything to do with why you're here. We were born for the times as such as these. I don't think there's anything that's an accident. I think think things are very much on purpose. We just don't understand it. So take a deep breath. Keep moving. I don't have a time set for any of this, but this is definitely a time of transition, and we're a part of it. And what happens now is going to affect everything in the future, if we're going to have one. So stand, say what you believe, be who you are, be an honorable person, no matter what happens, and know that none of it will be in vain. None of it. And that everything that you touch goes out. We are energy. And it can never be created, nor can it be destroyed. Our bodies might leave, but our souls live forever. And you decide what kind of soul are you going to be. And make it happen. Love to you all. Bye for now.